Very well. In this video, we're working directly on the eyebrows. And we're combining two different techniques. First of all, we're sculpting on our character with a standard brush. And this size. We need the fibers to look thin, but not that much. There's an interesting thing happening with the eyebrows. On this side, the hair points in this direction, and as they go to the other side, they begin to point in this direction. They begin like this, and they end like this. Let's start to sculpt then, following that pattern. We're not drawing the lines in this direction only. Some lines will be drawn over other ones at some times. They should be curved as well, not so straight. Our goal is to reach this part over here. These ones look a bit odd. Here it looks too even, so it's good to draw a few lines out of this area so it doesn't look so framed. Although this is more or less the shape of the eyebrow, it doesn't look so even. If we look at the references, we see some hairs having this kind of shape. So we'll make a few at this height. Maybe a little thinner as well. In case this area looks too even, we can make some kind of holes with the damp standard brush. That's going to help the hairs be more visible. a few holes this way. So here we follow two steps. First, we draw the hair with a standard brush, and then with the dam sander we made little holes to make them more visible. So that was sculpting on the piece. Now, moving to a different kind of work, we are generating the hair one by one, so to speak. Here we're going to geometry to duplicate this subtool. We're lowering 2 subdivision on this subtool. Maybe just 1. And we're going to make this subdivision disappear. Del lower, del higher. We're making this area visible, the one we're working on. We can delete the rest. There's no problem with that. We'll click the del hidden button. Let's turn this into one polygroup, just in case. Let's select the curved tubes brush. With this brush we're making the fibers for each hair. Although as it is right now, it is no good. It looks too even. To get it right, we go to Stroke, we activate this panel here, and we go to Curve Modifiers. Usually this section is closed. All we have to do is click it here to open it. Let's click the Size button. We are modifying this curvature here, which indicates the initial and the final size of the stroke. So let's start to make the fibers. Let's remember how the shape of these hairs is supposed to look. Not all of them go in the same direction or have the same shape. At this point, the brush doesn't allow thinner strokes. So what we do in this case is to apply the smooth brush to make the hair thinner. Let's keep on making more, but without exceeding the amount of hair. We have got to constantly keep on changing the angle of the camera, because this brush generates fibers depending on the angle. As you see, these fibers are generated in a straight line here. Okay, so after working a few minutes on the eyebrows, generating, softening, and moving them a little so some of the hairs look longer than others, we get this as a result. This makes the character look better. Not just the sculpting on the piece, but the depth that the fibers give to it. It's very important to sculpt on the piece as well. Otherwise, when this area is shed by light, it will look flat and with no detail. These fibers sculpted on the piece help to add volume on this area. That's why I combine these two techniques when making eyebrows. If you need even more hair on the character, it's a matter of making more fibers with a curved tube brush and repeating the process of smoothing to get more volume of hair in this area. So let's remember that we did this on a duplicated subtool, as these fibers needed a surface to be placed. They can't be placed in a surface with several subdivisions, so duplicating the head is a very easy and useful method. So we hide the face and we click on the Del Hidden button. That way we have the eyebrows completely separated from the model. I hope you like learning this technique. It takes some amount of time to generate the eyebrows, but it provides a very good finish. I use it in several projects and I recommend you do it too.